So when we think about AI at the moment, the great news is that people at the enterprise are much more comfortable and familiar with what AI is good at doing on the one hand and not so good at doing on the second hand. Let's make it real. Let's draw back a little bit. So, software generally, prior to generative AI, was comprised of two kind of approaches. One is what's referred to as deterministic software. That means effectively when you run the same code, you get the same response and the same result every time. So if I run, I do 1 + 1 = 2. I run that 1,000,000 times, I get the same answer. That's deterministic software. And the vast majority of software that you're familiar with, Microsoft Word or Excel or Outlook or Google Docs, that's based on this approach called deterministic software. AI, and there are many different varieties of AI, but the generative AI approach is largely around the creation use cases. So when you think about that, what's a creation use case? It's really when you want to generate new content. So the classic example of this, generate me a blog post to talk about, marketing trends. Give me 5 different key points or, the top 10 best beaches in the world, that kind of stuff. That's generation and it's creating content. So in a textual situation, and LLMs, large language models, which are the engine of AI, or generative AI, those are becoming more and more specialized. So text generation, really important use case. Now, the point is, once the text comes back to you, you need to verify the accuracy of the text because, again, hallucinations are really a key fact of generative AI. You have to trust but verify. Editorial type things, which are kind of your second level. I've written something up, make it a little bit punchier, make it more, fit within a certain word count, make it more engaging, put it in the style of XYZ. This type of stuff also, which is a kind of a first cousin of the create, it's the edit use case is really interesting as well from a language standpoint. When you get into kind of, pictures or kind of, augmented creation use cases around, Adobe Photoshop being a classic of this, where you upload an old picture of your grandparents, for instance, and you want to kind of, get rid of the tear in it or fill out new kind of backgrounds or whatever it might be. That's a really great use case as well. So the key is in the kind of the GPT, the G being generative. That's really where you should apply generative AI for when you're creating new content. It's not great and it shouldn't be used in situations where you need to do standard deterministic tasks. And in our world of VisibleThread, a classic of that would be, let's say, taking a Microsoft Word document, splitting it out into its paragraphs, and then generating an Excel document from that. We call that a shred. That's all deterministic software. It would be wholly inappropriate to use LLMs or generative AI for that use case. And the reason is very simple, because you need accuracy of results 100% of the time. So in short, best use cases in the world of textual analysis, it's creating things, it's editing things. In the world of pictures, in the world of audio, it's filling out things, it's tightening everything up. The wrong ones are basically anything to do with a situation where you need 100% accuracy 100% of the time.